Hey, what's up zombies internet? My name is the last Gambit and welcome to a brand new top 5 on this channel. Today we're doing top 5 zombies maps of the decade. You've heard me right, we're doing top 5 zombie maps of the decade. So before we start off this video, I want to preface this right away. This is my own personal opinion. You guys can agree and or disagree in the comment section below of this video, and then you can give me your top 5, heck, or even top 10 of zombie maps of the decade, and maybe put in your top 10 games of the decade in general. I know I'll be making that video very soon, Zombies Internet. I would also like to tell you guys to leave a like. Support means a lot. Subscribe so you can join the Zombies Internet army. I will not delay this video any further. Let's get right into the video. So coming in number 5, we have Shadows of Evil. Yes, you've heard me correct. Shadows of Evil is my number 5, and it's one of the most underrated map in the zombies community. Has been getting a lot of support from the community in general, albeit that I see on like Facebook or Reddit, but I still feel like it's underrated. Like the map that that the mainstream popularity would be a map like Kino the Totem, for example, and I believe Shadows of Evil, just by its themes, its story, its gameplay, and its, not to mention graphics, deserves to be at least in the top 10 of the best maps in the decade, in my personal opinion, with any zombies YouTuber or a zombies gamer or whatever. Because the map has beautiful atmosphere, incredible gameplay, unique themes, and a very unique setting in Morgue City, and these HP Lovecraftian monsters like the giant squid in the sky after you unlock the Pack-a-Punch, or the Shadow Man, the main boss of the map, who's also one of the main villains of the entire Zombies Ether storyline, which is awesome. And then that ending cutscene where we get to see Edward Richtofen as he steals the summoning key back, and how does he fit into all of this? Not to mention that it's set in the same universe, or I guess in the same pocket dimension, as they call it, in the storyline, where same place where Mob of the Dead is, and Mob of the Dead is an absolute masterpiece that just pushes Shadows of Evil even more. The map is amazing, it's great, it introduced brand new unique features to the map, like the sword, like the cool way to unlock the Pack-a-Punch machine, not too hard and not too easy, perfect balance, and just, turning into the beast. It was also awesome. It was a rework of, becoming a ghost in Mob of the Dead, but it was awesome, and you can do a lot of things and reach other parts of the map that you normally couldn't with that. That was so cool. Going into number 4, we have Kino der Toten. Yes, you heard me right. Top 5 maps of the decade, and in number 4, even beating Shadows of Evil in my opinion, is Kino der Toten. If I want to give you the one of the most simplest experiences in Call of Duty Zombies, I would point you to Kino. I don't care which version is it. Is it the Black Ops 1 version, or is the Black Ops 1V version, or is the Black Ops 1 version on the phone, or is Black Ops 3 Zombies with Zombies Chronicles? Just play Kino. The map has one of the best zombie flowing maps of all time, and the fact that it was gonna be a World at War map, that was so unbelievable to me, because it was so creative, it was so fun. Nova Crawlers, yes, yeah. I don't want to go too deep into them. It's beating a dead horse at this point. Everybody knows when I mention Nova Crawlers what happens and how normal zombies players feel about them, except for those insane ones that love them for some reason. Yeah, I don't trust those people. Oh, this map's incredible. Unlocking the Pack-a-Punch, just you have to press square twice on a portal, and then in a different room on a portal, and just enter that different room. You just go forward. Juggernog is a tricky location, especially if you go down on a higher round and then attempt to get the Jug. That's very difficult. It's very easy to get the Bowie knife and just hit that 3,000 points, get the Bowie knife and point up in the early rounds on Kino der Toten. That's always been my strategy. That's probably going to stay my strategy for the rest of my life. Then there's no this complex Easter egg. There's like a mini Easter eggs after you get the Pack-a-Punch. You enter all these different areas, and when you enter like a demonic room of Samantha's room, and then there's these terrifying screaming and laughing, it really plays into that horror element. And just playing as the regular Ultimus crew, that can never be beat. So that's why Kino's at number 4. We're number 3. So coming in number 3, we have Der Eisendrache. Yes, Horizon Draha is my third spot as one of the best maps of the decade, and let me tell you why. First of all, let's start with the wonder weapons here. You got 4 different unique bows, and every player can have a unique bow that suits and plays their playstyle very well, and they're all great. Yes, you can make arguments that some or one is better than the others, but when you compare them overall, whichever you pick, you aren't at a loss, which is pretty cool. Then, just like feeding the dragon is a clear and obvious reference to feeding the hellhound in Mob of the Dead. That was so cool and interesting, and just this medieval castle in the in Austria. It was amazing, and just the lore and like the story of the Reisendrache, just looking like removing all the other maps and just looking forward at the Reisendrache. It has a great story, and then blowing up the moon. It was so cool, which is a direct correlation with moon and when blowing up the Earth. And just when you have to see how Dempsey is saying goodbye to his older ultimate self, it was very much hitting the heartstrings, and that's what Black Ops 3 Zombies was doing throughout most of their maps in the DLC cycle. The map is incredible. It has a great Easter egg. The first time we were introduced to a boss fight by completing an Easter egg, but they brought back a very OP version of the Panzer. But then even then, after you gear up, after you get cool items, he's not even a problem at that point. Plus you have gobblegums. The Reisendrache is one of the best maps, and if you're gonna buy any DLC, I recommend DLC 1 right away, because DLC 1 is that initial first impression for every Zombies experience, and if you fail that, you most likely fail the Zombie season. Even if all the other maps later are masterpieces, you always have to get it right with the launch maps at the first DLC map. And Black Ops 3 Zombies succeeded in all of those, at launch and at the DLC 1. So now we're gonna move on to number 2. We have Mob of the Dead. What did you think was gonna be on this list? I think every single Zombies player in the world will put at least in the top 5, at least Mob of the Dead. This map is a brilliant masterpiece. It's a masterclass in every single direction you point at, from the themes, from the gameplay, from the Easter egg. Everything is not too difficult, not too easy. Pack-a-punch is not too difficult, not too easy. Getting the Blundergat, not too difficult, not too easy. And it all falls into the same correlation of story with gameplay. Mixing gameplay with story, with the Easter egg. And everything was flowing so generally well. It was awesome. You were playing as awesome characters in this pocket dimension of Mob of the Dead, and then like first time launching the map and then getting to a higher round and then seeing Brutus and you're like, oh my god, who's this guy? I'm gonna die. Why is he running so fast? That was cool in every single sense of the way. And just getting the meat grinder, the freaking death machine, and you can pack-a-punch the death machine, and just getting to the pack-a-punch. You'll need to learn it at the beginning. There is that very big learning curve, but when you cross it, it's pretty much simple. That's why I say perfectly balanced between hard and simple. And then just those stupid Easter eggs that terrify you of the jump scare when you look at the fireworks outside the map. And then just getting an Icarus and just flying off, and then getting the Hell's Retriever and then upgrading to the Hell's Redeemer was one of the easiest and processes to get one of the best wonder weapons in all of Zombies history. I love Mob of the Dead. It is a pure masterpiece. I would not hold it any other way. Now, before we get to number 1, let's throw in an honorable mention here. I mean, I didn't want to make a top 6. It didn't feel like it. It needs to be a top 5 games of the decade here, so it needs to be like that. So we're gonna cheat here and throw in an honorable mention, and that's gonna be Buried. Yes, Buried is in here. I love Buried. Now this is on a very, very personal opinion, because I know people enjoy Buried, but they do not definitely consider it being one of the best maps of all time and one of the go-to maps to get that Zombies experience. But Buried is awesome. It had an interesting theme, it had an interesting story. Yes, you were playing as Victus, I understand, but I enjoyed the Victus character, so that's not one of my issues. Then We have just like introducing of Leroy or the Giant, or I forgot what his official lore name is, Arthur, I believe. And then like the witches and the witch's house, and they're like, first of all, when you first see them in that first attempt, you don't know what they're gonna do to you. You're like, oh, how they're gonna kill me, and then you're like, oh wait, they're not killing me, they're just stealing my money. So females who you go to their house, and then after you leave the house, you're left without money. There's a women joke in there somewhere, but this is 2019 and I'm not gonna attempt it. Pack-a-Punch is very simple, especially with the bank system in between transit, diarise, and buried. It's awesome and it makes it super duper easy. And just like the spawn room is great, and how you can get the ray gun from the spawn room. And Arthur makes things easy. He can open up barricade. He can make that the mystery box doesn't move location, just stays in that one location. Then you can get the Pack-a-Punch. You can get one of the best wonder weapons in the game of zombies ever. And just camping a jug. You can train, but camping is much more preferable option than buried. It's awesome. So that's a little honorable mention here. And it's much more reminiscing than actually explaining why this map is awesome, but that's why it's an honorable mention. Let's get into number one. So at number one we have Origins. What did you expect? I think I already said in a video that Origins is my favorite map of all time. It's an absolute masterpiece. I have zero problems with it. Yes, I don't have any problems with the mud. It can get annoying, but it doesn't even hurt the game in general, be it story-wise or gameplay-wise. Just doing the Black Ops 1, all those steps from Reznov, and that being, oh wait, the main steps of the Easter egg, that alone, I want to consider it as the best zombies map of all time, tying in the single player and zombies, which mostly were always separate in canon. Then we have like play first time introduced as premise, and all these characters, basically those insane stereotypes that we had, but now they're normalized a bit more, and they actually have interesting characters and depth to them. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ultimate's got that later down the line in Black Ops 3 Zombies, but overall back then it was something new, something unique. And then one of the first time we actually got a full blown out ending Easter egg cutscene that blew up the entire internet's mind, including my mind. I hated the cutscene. I hated back then, but now after this year I had to sit on it, think about it. It just falls into a masterpiece. It's a pure masterclass, and the staffs, the idea to have 4 different wonder weapons that are equal in power, and just crafting them, it's incredible. Now, it's not a very easy map for a noob. Oh no, if you're going for the Easter egg and this is like your second attempt at the map, you're gonna die at round 5, my guy. You're gonna die at round 5. You ain't doing the Easter egg. That ain't happening. Even if you look at a tutorial and go step by step, and I remember back when I was a kid, I would try to do the Easter egg, but I would put the difficulty on easy in Black Ops 2 Zombies, only to come to realize you can't do the Easter egg, you have to do it on the normal difficulty, and I was like, no, my noob brain cannot handle that. But I've grew out of it by now. I beat the Easter egg in Black Ops 2 Zombies, as well as Black Ops 3 Zombies Remaster of Origins. Oh, I can comment on the remaster in Black Ops 3 Zombies. I don't have a problem like other people have that it's... I don't think it's Black Ops 3 Zombies Origins is not inferior to Black Ops 2 Zombies Origins. In Black Ops 2 Zombies Origins, I think you do go a bit faster than in Black Ops 3, but that's not a big issue. That's a very nitpicky issue, to be honest. Plus, the graphics are better, everything looks cooler and better, and we have the Black Ops 3 weapons. I mean, we'll get the Haymaker. What else do you want from me? The staffs are incredible, the Easter egg is incredible, very deep and thought-provoking, which I love what Jason Blundell was going for on this map, tying it with the campaign, and that's just the storyline version. The Panzer sold that hard at the beginning, but then that sense of progression as you progress it around hits, and then he becomes a piece of cake. And then just doing the Rainbow Perk Challenge, one of the best challenges put into Zombies history. So... that's all I have to say for this video, my guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, Zombies Internet. If you guys did, why don't you show your support by leaving a like, sharing this video, as well as commenting your personal picks for your top 5 Zombies maps of the decade, or maybe top 5 games of the decade. Hook, go to top 10 with both of those lists, and then tell me if you agree or disagree with my picks, and tell me why am I right or wrong in your personal opinions. Subscribe to join the Zombies Internet Army. We want you here. Support means amazing. As well as follow my social media. I've set up my Steam account. Now we're setting up Instagram, but I already have Twitter. So Twitter in the description below. I'm daily active there. Like if you want to hit me with something on Twitter, maybe like a video idea, maybe just a conversation, I'll be there. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. I'm the last Gambit, and bye.